It should be now. I believe so. Good evening. Good evening,
Good
our
evening.
Patriot brothers and sisters.
How are we this evening?
I, you always ask, and I'm waiting for an answer, and it
Okay.
never seems to happen. Unless you're asking me.
Doggone those guys for not telling us that they're okay.
It's crazy
Why
because I
can't you
don't even
speak
think they
now?
know we're alive, Joe. Live, not alive. Doing a live, I should
You're
say.
alive.
We are alive. I don't know. It
That's pretty funny.
depends if people started drinking early for St. Patty's Day.
Right.
It might be a lot. I do
I
have a
do, I
joke
do,
for
I
you
do.
this evening.
That would be good. We should wait just a little bit. Let a couple people see if we can get them to
Well, I'm done on
step
my
in.
end, so
You are awesome.
I love the
You
kitten.
bet.
I love kittens. They're so cute.
That, that I do know. Oh no, I don't know that. Right there. There and there.
Good evening, good evening. We're here
There,
with
there,
you.
there, there.
Good evening, good
They can
evening.
already see now. At least they know we're here.
I have to
We
talk
ought
to
to
her.
figure that out,
I don't
right?
know if Helen's going to be on, but I have to talk to her because I had so much trouble commenting on under liberally challenged while having her as manager, and I'm not sure what the hell was going wrong, but she needs to know. So if you watch this, Helen, that's why I didn't get a
Okay.
chance to tell you. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but I was not able to comment on my own shorts and videos and stuff. I think it was
That's
mainly the
good.
shorts and yeah, the videos, not the lives or anything else. Then as soon as I unmanaged her, if that's the term, it all worked again. So are we ready for my joke or no?
We are. Let's
Okay.
go.
I practiced this joke all night. You ready?
Hmm.
Ready? George Bush. It's my joke. Nancy Pelosi. Elon Omar. AOC. Can we use it? Let's see. Swalwell. Um, are we getting the
Oh,
gist of my joke?
yeah.
Biden. Hunter? Hunter's big joke. Um, what was the other one that voted for tunnels in Mexico? Talib?
Yeah, to Rashid Tlaib.
Homos,
Yeah.
Schumers, Nadlers, DeSantis's. Oh, DeSantis, I don't know what the fuck you did. Dude, Bush lover. He's a Bush lover, but not the type he
Hey,
should be.
Susan.
So no, I didn't even get a chuckle from you, Joe.
That
I
was
thought,
a very strange joke indeed.
aren't
But
they
yeah,
all?
yeah. Just-
My all my jokes are strange. I mean,
yeah,
what
that
are you
is
trying to
true.
say?
That is true. They are, aren't they?
Some are better than others. I
Mm.
mean, they are. That's true. Uh, Good evening, Susan. How are you? Hoping you're well. We decided to come on. I'm very proud of Greenland.
Yes, aren't we?
The Danish and the independents there voted
To
to
stay
be
independent.
independent.
That's right.
They just, we'll go over that a little later because I find it very significant.
I do too. Well,
And I just said it yesterday too. Like, I don't follow the news. So for me to say, I said something about them. I said about the Greenland shark.
you
Wasn't I
did. That's
yesterday?
right. We were talking about that.
It's
That's
so
right.
very weird. I really,
That is
unless like
weird.
I'm getting news in my brain somehow, I
Yeah,
don't really listen or pay attention to much news. I listen to a couple of friends. That's about it,
right.
including
Yeah.
yourself.
We were talking about how long it lives, right? Remember?
Yes. There's more to that too. There's more to that. We'll talk about that later. Why don't you get on with the news? Why don't you talk about convid?
Oh, yes.
Convid.
Then the origins, more evidence. Uh,
Yeah, the
our,
evidence of
our
the
our
origin.
great president, of course. You know,
Where was it from? Where'd you get it from? Daily Mail?
I got
Because
it from Daily Mail.
I'm on
Look,
and off with Daily Mail a lot.
yeah,
But they
that's
got it from which
more
country?
liberal.
Yeah, I
German,
know.
from Germany, from a German guy.
Okay.
So from German
Let that
intelligence.
be known.
So it says there's new evidence that supports the lab leak theory with 80 to 95% certainty, and this is it comes from intelligence out of Germany. The German Federal Intelligence Service carried out a secret investigation into the origins of the that virus thing.
The convid virus.
Yeah, and it was nicknamed Project. Man, I can't even
We're allowed
pronounce
to
this
say
word.
it.
It's no, I can't pronounce this word. It's uh
Uh,
SAAREMAA.
SAAREM.
A. Isn't
Sarima.
that weird? So I don't know.
Sarima.
Sarima. I don't know.
It'd be Sarima.
Sarima.
Yeah.
Sarima. Sarima.
If I have
During
it in my head right, I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know.
during that period, okay, the findings of which were only shared with the US in December of 24.
Hmm.
The German agents targeted Chinese government agencies and
Of
scientific
course.
institutions across the country, including that Wuhan Institute of Virology, the lab at the center of that lab leak.
Hmm.
So when they were in Wuhan, the BND's agents, they said they struck gold as close to the origins of the pandemic they could come. Uh, as in China, German media Die Zelt reported that. Die Zelt,
Right, Zelt.
Die Zelt. No, it's Die
Day.
Zelt. Die Zelt. Die Diezeit.
Day. It's day.
Okay. Yeah,
DEI is
you know,
day. Day.
yeah,
Day.
I kill those. Dude, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know how I know. I know too many.
I know. I apologize for that, but yeah, I don't mean
No,
to
it doesn't
mess up their.
matter. Dia, Dea, whatever it is.
Well, they found unpublished dissertations from
Daisy.
2019 to 2020 that allegedly discussed the effects of the effects on the body, the
Okay.
effects of that virus on the body.
Yes, of that
They,
virus.
yeah,
We're not gonna get taken down anymore, people. I don't think so, Joe. We're all
yeah.
right. I wouldn't
They,
say, hey, the blah blah the bikini and it hurt and oh my God and people are sick. I wouldn't say shit like that, but otherwise I think we're okay.
yeah, but that's what that come up with.
So what did they prove exactly?
That it's 80 to 90% likelihood that
That's where it
pan
came from.
the virus came from China's Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Did anybody doubt this? I'm glad we have proof, but
Nope.
the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is all the people.
Yeah. There it says they also found that the Chinese scientists are still carrying out dangerous manipulation experiments with that thing.
Well, it's got to stop because biological warfare, whatever they're doing, is going to escape yet again.
Yep, it will.
It's got to be terminated.
Well,
And
that one person, there's a person that supposedly was over in China and they came back and landed in LA. They've been all over the place in there and they have measles. So they said that that's going to spread real fast around over there.
the measles, yeah, because if your immunity system is down,
Yeah, yeah.
It's just going to get worse.
Yeah. So they already had one person pass through it, and then it's through LAX, and now a second person has passed through there. They say it's the world's most infectious disease.
Of course it is, because they created it. I mean,
You know,
they
we had it
created it to be
eradicated
that way.
here in the United States, pretty much, didn't we? I think we did.
Then the other viruses came. What the fuck is this? Stop.
I know
God,
we got a lot
already.
of crap they got, man. They got
It's
that
bullshit.
Robert
They
F.
aim at something. It's
Robert Kennedy's got a lot of work,
yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Because maybe it's
and
in
he's
one
on it.
particular food.
Yeah, and he's on it too. I know he
Just
is.
like the chickens, right? How come it's chickens and not eagles? And remember we had that
Exactly.
as
Yep.
a meme in the community. It was like, why isn't it turkeys and eagles, bald eagles, and other animals, other
Yeah.
birds have
Where
this
did the blue?
bird
Where
flu?
did
Why
the
is it only
well?
like
Because
chickens
they
and
slaughtered millions of chickens, and because they slaughtered millions of them chickens, that's where the
they
flu came from.
they had to slaughter those chickens though. Well,
Yeah.
the good people did. The
Yep.
good people got rid of the eggs and the chickens. I really believe that. The most recent. Oh, I am disappearing, Joe. I
I
am
know.
a
I told you.
disappearing patriot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
That's my sweater. It's kind of
Yeah.
dark, I guess.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Blends in. She's blending in.
Okay, what's next, darling? What do we have next?
Oof. Poor
Oh
Floridians.
no.
The poor
This pertains to
Floridians.
me, doesn't it?
Huh? Yes, it does. Man, how much you guys have paid, man. Damn. Florida's healthcare system was burned with 660 million in unpaid hospital bills last year in 2024 by
660
illegals.
million
By illegals. Yeah. According to the state's most recent report. This is Breitbart.
in 1 year. Breitbart
In
too.
one year. The Sunshine State Hospital Patient Immigration Status Report, released by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration, says hospitals go largely uncompensated for the health care they dole out to illegal migrants, and a large number of indigent patients is a direct contributor
Indigenous.
to this strain on Florida's healthcare system. But it wouldn't be bad about the indigent patients, right? Those are the people that belong here, right?
Yes.
So I don't know, why do they have to name those people? They don't, because those people should already get the health care already. That's the way I kind of see it.
Well, they're getting free healthcare for what? Just because you live here doesn't mean you get free healthcare for nothing, too. What if you're
Yeah,
like 24 and very capable of working?
yeah,
There's a
that's not
difference
right.
between like your wife who has
That's
MS and
true.
gets
Well,
full
and there you
Medicaid
go.
and
That's
somebody
true
who's
too.
laying on their ass and doing nothing.
Yeah, I believe everybody should work. I still work, so I think everybody else should work too. Oh yes.
I agree with that. Work in one way or another. Do something with yourselves.
Yep. That was and that was that number. It comes from across the state, and it tops the number of 566 million lost to illegals in 2023. And they only started tracking the costs in June of that year after they passed a law that amassing the data on unpaid hospital bills.
Yeah, nobody escaped. No, I mean, New York is bad, but
Huh?
hell is not as big as
Yeah.
Florida. Can you imagine?
Yep.
But the money is, 10 times worse.
They had
So anything that
there
it
was a
costs here in
total
Florida
of
costs like 5 or 10 times more in New York and
there was a total
California.
of 93,844 illegals that went through the hospital.
Holy shit. In one
Yeah.
year?
Yeah. Illegal alien hospital admissions and emergency room visits during 2024 were responsible for leaving the state footing the bill for their health care. Yeah.
Holy dear God.
So, so now
Oh,
that's why they want to increase your health care costs because they think that it
well, it
was
has to
their
be that way.
duty to take care of these people
If it was over
the
$600
American
million,
people can
you'd
afford it.
imagine. What the hell did these almost 1 million patients have that we paid 600 million for? Now,
I don't know,
is that
man.
kind of money laundering to you guys? Does it sound familiar? Because I don't
I
believe
like
that,
it.
because, those masks, talking about the prior subject,
Yeah,
all those things that we were given, the ventilators and
that they
they made
made
it
us wear.
worse. But they got paid like 10 grand for each mask that they had or something. It was like
Yes,
ridiculous what these hospitals were getting. Meanwhile, I guarantee the people that could have helped the most were just everyday regular doctors that own their
right,
own facility,
right.
their own, not hospitals. Hospitals, I mean, it's good for the interns, but I think that's about it. I really do. We have to change the whole system. Now, does that fall under Rubio's jurisdiction or even Junior's, RFK Junior's jurisdiction?
It's all of Florida, so it says all of Florida.
No, I know, but it has to fall under somebody, one of the secretaries has to take care of it.
Oh,
It's not going to be, it's
Secretary of Health. That would be RFK.
RFK,
Yeah,
but Rubio has to do something about it too.
right.
Because you're gonna, I mean, but he, it has to be mostly, I mean, you said it wasn't just Cubans and
No, it's from
all,
there are people from all over the world, probably. I mean, everybody now has illegals from all over the world. It is what it is.
not much of Greenland. Greenland doesn't.
Yeah, right. They'd rather stay on their own.
They have like three different sections in Greenland.
Yeah.
Left, the right, and the middle, and they're named different, but they're all the same. I mean, you have like the people that still speak Danish, just a slight majority, and then you have the Inuits, the
Right.
actual Eskimos. That's another AA word, actually. It's like Kalali. Wonder if I have it.
Uh,
That's pretty funny because you
but
said AA before.
you said the Greenland bases are
Kalalit.
closed.
Kalalit.
Alalit.
Kallit.
Oh wow.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that is two words in one.
Two words that had the double A. I mean, Isaac, is Isaac double A or is it double C? Aaron is double A.
Sure.
How many words do you know with double A? Okay,
I
anyhow.
don't. No, I really don't. So that you said the bases were closed in Greenland?
What happened was we have, there's only like, from what I could see, one base, or what I found out, one base, and it's an American base, and they changed the name. Let me see if I have it. Um, I probably do, because I like to look everything up, or I try to. Oh man. Do you know who James Files is, by the way, as I'm like looking for
I
this?
do not. I don't, but that was the base that my dad was stationed at.
Oh, in
Um,
Greenland.
yeah, before he came to New Mexico.
Has nothing to do with that. All right, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I was just wondering.
when your dad was based there,
It was in the
it was
50s.
probably known as Thule Air
Mhm.
Base. Thule, Thule. And now it is
Right. Yep.
the Patuxent Space Base, people.
Hmm.
Space Base. So they changed it pretty much from an air base. It's still an air base, but
You guys
they
imagine the
actually call it
stars you can see
space
from
base.
there? God,
Well, it's clear as
I
shit.
know.
The
That's
only
what I'm
thing is I'd
saying.
imagine that there's a big reflection problem with the snow
Yeah.
and ice.
Be awesome.
And most of the people that live there live on the coast. Do you know
Yeah.
why?
Because it's
Do
too
you know
cold.
why?
Too cold? Because it's ice, right?
Oh, it's colder on the coast, you'd imagine. By the water, it's
Yeah.
colder.
Yeah.
But they still live there. Think why? Why? Come on, what does Greenland have?
Ice.
And
I
What's in
don't
the
know.
fucking waters that they have to live at the coast, Joe?
Fish?
Ah, just like Alaska, right?
Yeah,
Lots of fish.
yeah.
It's one of their only imports and exports. They don't have nothing. They have nothing. And how did our president get this done? People, this doesn't happen. You know, there was no negotiations with,
He's the master.
yeah, there was no negotiations with Denmark.
He's the
He may have
master.
said one or two
Exactly.
things.
Exactly. No,
Well,
none whatsoever.
who has the power? This is what I'm saying. If Trump was able to get Greenland independent within 50 freaking days,
Hmm. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
and then some, Gulf of America, I'm still not happy with it, but it is,
Hmm.
it's getting to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he had to kind of do
I,
it.
I passed a globe the other day when I was when I was driving home from the doctors, and I passed a globe, and I couldn't help but think, oh God, they want to sell it because it says the Gulf of Mexico. But you know what? It's a fucking small price to pay. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. There's strategic reasons he's doing all this. Greenland, Canada, it's all going to be we're all going to be one. We're all going to be covered under the Constitution. We're all getting money back because the captured money, the recaptured money. So basically, they captured it, the bad guys, and then Trump and the good guys recaptured it. It's captured money, and it's just going to be given out to us because, well, who else does it belong to if it belongs to the United States, and we, the people, are the United States. It doesn't all go back to Trump and the politicians, which is what we're accustomed to. We're not accustomed to having, Bush giving us $300 back.
Check
Oh,
for
I was happy because what I was a teen, maybe. I don't know. I was probably happy, maybe in my early 20s. But do you know how much they really owe us?
a lot.
It's
Hundreds of
unfathomable to
thousands.
think how much they owe us
Hundreds of
throughout
thousands.
throughout our 200 or 300 years of captivity, if not more, which I do believe that's more. But when it comes to money,
Mhm. Yep.
yes, yep, yep. You and your family, mind you, because it's not just you, right? Your whole family was hurt. Your parents, your uncles, your aunts, your grandparents, so forth. Everybody has to get that. To figure all that out, man, you got to be a genius. I don't know how they're going to accomplish that, but I know they did. And if they're going to break down money little by little, fine. But eventually it's going to add up to $300,000. You'll be able to buy that house. No question. Can you
Should
imagine
be.
just buying your house outright this age, whatever age you are?
That would be nice.
Well, you have to have where I'm not going to get that much money because I worked a lot off the books. I worked a lot on the books, but mostly off the books. So I'd be happy if I got like 50 grand. But working off the books, I got to keep everything too. So what the hell do I care? My husband, however, he's gonna make an arm and a leg, you know. But
Okay.
I don't really care about money. I want to move out of this particular place because I don't like the HOA.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a diamond in the rough. I love the whole area behind me, but otherwise, yeah. I mean, I really could care less.
Yeah. I don't care about money. I just
Mm-mm.
like to have enough to be comfortable.
Well, that's what everybody needs. And
That's
everybody
all.
deserves it because we've been uncomfortable and slaves for a very, very long time.
Hmm.
And we didn't
You,
know.
you know what I never really understood? It really bugs me too that um the illegals were coming here and they would get all this money and they would be set up in a business and they'd have a house and cars and clothes and everything.
That didn't happen. I assure you, it did not happen until Obama.
Man, it drove me nuts. I couldn't, I was
I don't
going
know
nuts with
what
it, and I was struggling.
was it like that. Well, okay, so how many years ago are you talking?
When I first moved into this house, that's when it started
It's 25
in the
years ago,
90s. Yeah,
30 years
almost
ago.
30, 27, 28 years ago. Yeah,
Well, they were in control, so yeah, and the border probably got it a hell of a lot worse.
right.
But the immigrants that used to come to New York, they worked their asses off.
They did.
They
Well,
would work and buy themselves a home, and then they'd have 10 of them living there, but they still worked their asses off. I don't remember them getting free money, free healthcare. The healthcare maybe it wasn't until
well,
way after 9/11, maybe like 10 years, 5 years after. Maybe not way after.
yeah, well, I'd like to say something
And I
about them
know because
working
an
their butts off.
emergency room, you go into the emergency room and there used to be maybe 8 people, 7, 8 people. And then the last 15, 20 years in New York, I'm talking about,
Mm.
it was like 100 people in any given emergency room. How is that? I mean, that was a big difference only within a decade and a half, maybe 2 decades. So, yeah, you guys probably got it a lot worse. And that must have hurt to see everybody else get help except the American. And you were
Well,
still
and then you see it in what
young.
happened in this. What happened with the schools was the teachers would they needed to get the kids that didn't speak English. They needed to get those kids up to speed. The illegal aliens needed to be brought up to speed so they
Yes.
would spend more time on those kids and they wouldn't spend any time on the American kids. So the American kids suffered.
You've said that before, and I agree with you. There has to be a better way. They need their own schools. Or,
Exactly
but
because they're
now
way
it
far
doesn't
behind.
matter. Everything is online now.
Well, not I don't know. Darian suffered doing school online too.
Darian went to actually class.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they can do, Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education. He is as much doing it.
And you
And
could too. That's a
he
good idea.
wants at least college online. Now, okay,
Yeah, that would
if
be a good
we get
idea.
that much money back, if we get that much money back, right,
Mhm.
then at least one, most likely the women of the family, the moms, can stay home again, teach their kids, go online, in programs. There's no reason you need a certain certificate to teach your own fucking children.
That's true.
That's
Especially if you have
bullshit.
especially if you have the program right there in front of you. You can
That's
tell,
government
you can just sit
control.
there with your kids and watch them do it. A lot of parents would do it. I know.
You got to pay for it too, of course.
Yeah,
You got to give the government something that should be a natural.
right.
I mean, who teaches the kids right and wrong? Not the government, not the schools.
No,
Your
parents do.
parents do.
Parents do.
Your siblings do.
Yeah,
Even your babysitter does, but not the fucking government, okay?
that's right.
I was a
Because
damn good babysitter. I
that's
taught
the
the kids script. I was like, here, you got to learn script with me.
yeah, the worst thing you
That's
can hear
it.
from the government is, "Hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help." That's the
Uh,
worst thing you can ever hear.
who was that from? Reagan? Was that Reagan? That was from
Yes,
somebody. It was Reagan.
I know he said it, but I don't know if somebody else said it too. I don't know.
Well, you
I
just
always
did.
heard that for a long time.
Susan says, I'm not a greedy person. I just want to be able to pay my bills, eat, and have my family be comfortable.
Amen to
And some
that.
of the animals that you love to protect.
Amen to
It'd be
that.
great to be able to pay off your house, have a little barn or something in the back just for all these animals.
Yeah,
Maybe the extra little income too.
and get your roof fixed.
And she needs a roof fixed. Yeah. Well,
Yes,
that should come first.
yes, ma'am.
It's the
Yes.
foundation. It's one of the
Oh
foundations of any.
yeah, roof first. Get that roof fixed. Yeah,
If you don't
that
have a roof, the
helps.
rest of it goes. So you really do.
True
It's one
that.
you don't
True
really
that.
consider it the foundation, but it is. You have to do the bottom and the top. Very important. Okay. Foundation meaning beginning, I suppose.
Yeah. See that? You know what? Everybody that I know that
She
has been
homeschooled her daughter.
homeschooled is a very smart kid. Every kid that
That
was
was
homeschooled.
homeschooled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
got it both. I got it at school and with my dad. My dad just, and he taught me how to research. I guess he doesn't even know because we had the encyclopedias, you know, we
Yeah.
had all of them. We had dictionaries, up the gazoo.
Yeah.
We had so many I can't even tell you how many books we had. I can't even tell you. And that's not even including the ones he collected, like the fine collections, like gold page, whatever, gold leaf. Um, and that's how you know, Britannica, you look it up. Oh, that's how it went.
Yeah.
These days, I mean, I don't see any problem looking it up online as long as
I
it's
don't
correct
either.
information.
I agree with you on that
Yeah,
100%. You find more information looking it up now.
right.
You can find
Faster. Everything is
article
faster.
after article that actually gives proof to what you find. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't have a problem with it.
Why don't you go into the last subject, Joe? And then we'll talk maybe a little more about Greenland.
Greenland. So the FBI has charged a woman from the CBP, which is the Customs and Border Protection Agency. She's the director in Michigan. She's been accused of running a scheme to defraud the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. So after of a series of flash floods out there in Michigan
Right.
in 23,
CBP, PCB, what did you call it?
no, CBP, Charlie
Border.
Bravo
What does
Patrol,
it mean?
Customs and Border Protection,
Patrol protection. Okay.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Oh, all right, all right. Oh, all right. They're okay.
Yeah. So it's a criminal complaint against her. She's 55 years old. Her name is Serena Baker Hill. They charged her with engaging in a scheme to defraud FEMA and lying to federal agency. She's a career employee with Customs and Border Patrol and
How
serves
long was she
as the
there?
director
Oh, she's the director too.
for the Center for Excellence and Expertise over Automotive and Aerospace Engineering.
How long was she there? Does it say?
Um, she's a career employee.
Yeah.
Doesn't state how long she'd been there.
How much did she get?
Right now, they have charges against her.
But it doesn't say how much she took.
I'm looking right now. I'm
So
following
she took
down
the
notes.
money and she didn't use it she didn't need it. So she
Right.
took it.
So
So
she's
this
what
could be,
it was for floods. She said that she got flooded, right?
these
And then
people always took advantage.
they
And they're
they
all coming
believed
out
her.
now. Why now are they all coming out?
No, but they believed this lady
From some
because of
office.
who she was. That was so unfair of them.
So she could have gotten thousands of dollars or even, you know,
She did.
tens of thousands
Huh?
for a
Said she
flood
had to
because she had
leave.
the
She said she had to
connections.
move out of the house while this was being taken care of. Nothing happened to her house. Both her and her husband were seen still living in the house the whole time. No repairs done.
How do you not feel guilty? Like
I
you
don't
have
get that. That's lying.
North Carolina that got absolutely nothing, and you're taking money for a flood that never happened to your house or your home. People are living in tents.
It's just wrong. These people are just wrong.
They just have no
They have
class,
no
no truth,
soul.
no
They have no
empathy.
soul.
Where the hell is the empathy? Oh my
Exactly. Agree
God.
with you. Yeah. They need to charge her and, well, throw her in jail. They should throw her in jail already.
Yeah.
They just charged her.
You're
They
taking
haven't.
money from the taxpayers. That is illegal.
Yeah.
History of Greenland. During the Cold War, the US military had a larger presence in England and Greenland, with multiple bases, including Camp Sentry, a secret base built under the ice.
Ooh.
For those of you that have ideas about Antarctic, a lot of people have said that there are bases probably German and American bases in the Antarctic, and we're not supposed to know what's going on there. So this proves it does say that these bases are not used anymore. But of course, this was during the Cold War, so Greenland was a good way for us to keep an eye on who? Russia.
Russia,
Russia.
Russia, Russia.
So is that what we have in mind again? Can see Ukraine and Russia a bit better. He's brilliant. Trump is brilliant.
Questions. Oh yeah, plays that what 5 or 6D chess. We're all
Mm,
playing. We're all trying to
we're
keep
playing
up with him
flat
on
checkers.
3D.
Yeah.
We just found out he was playing chess. We knew he was playing chess, but he was playing 3D. But now we're catching up on 3D. But he's already up to 6D, so he's already way ahead of us. He knows what he's doing, man. I trust the man. I totally 150,000% trust President Trump and all of his decisions that he is making. Every one of
I
them.
do too. I don't agree with everything, but I mean I have to
I don't agree with some of them,
in
but I trust
general,
him. I trust him.
we don't know everything. So how can I
Nope.
disagree or
Nope.
not disagree? I'm just a flea in the plan, you know?
Yeah, I'm a nobody.
While Patuxent Space Base is the only active US military base in Greenland, the US military also built or expanded 17 facilities, including air bases like Narsarsuaq and Kangerlussuaq during World War II, some of which are now abandoned. That's
Wow, there you
interesting.
go.
About 650 personnel are stationed at the base, including US Air Force and Space Force members,
I
as
like
well as
hearing that.
Canadian,
I do.
Danish, and Greenlandic civilian contractors.
Yeah. Space Force guys. Hey man, if you have kids,
Because they
Space
changed it,
Force.
so why? Do they want to break through the firmament? Maybe that's it. They're trying to break through the firmament.
Yeah,
Joke, and we you took amazement to the flat Earth stuff.
I did. I mean, there's a lot in it. I mean, and gosh, it's great fantasy, which I am a big fan of. So I don't know. I'd love to see more proof. I get where they're coming from. Uh, I hey, I've I've done a lot of studying too. Uh,
That's there's a
so,
difference between the studying then
but
that
I
we
did.
did, Joe, and the
I
studying
the
now.
sky, the stars and the skies, and and how it all happened. With the way the colors in there and what they mean and all that, like in your background. All the colors and the fog and everything. That's what all that is. You know, and how everything come together when you
Nebulas
think.
and the shiny stuff and the
A lot
colors,
of the stars you
white.
actually see stars are small as far as they are away. Some of these stars that you see up there, as far as they are away, there's no way you would see them with the naked eye because they don't have enough energy. So you would actually be seeing what? None other than universes. Those are universes. So those most of those stars that you actually see are
Well, the flat
universes.
earthers aren't going to believe that.
I know they're not going to believe that. But I did. It was just in the astronomy classes that I took. Man, it was very intense. I did like 5 or 6 of them. It was fun, man. That was some good stuff. Love that stuff.
There's
So it was it was great.
well, the reason we're bringing it up again is because we are definitely gonna do that test. I think we'll try it on Friday, either before or after you go to work, and then
Okay.
we'll do it again on Sunday for the live show.
Okay.
You think we could do that?
Yeah, we
There's
could.
other ways to test it, but I think because of the distance between us, this is the best way to do it.
I think so
There's
too.
about
I
1,600
yeah
miles between us.
yeah. So I think it's a great
a great idea,
idea.
isn't it?
Fuck yeah, it
I don't know
is.
why nobody else ever thought of this or has done it. It's a
Mhm.
very old way.
It is. I mean, it's just makes fucking sense.
That and the lunar eclipse really gets me.
Yeah,
I mean, it would have to be a very thick, flat Earth,
right. And then
or we would say
them
that the moon
saying
was
that the moon is
closer.
a reflection, the moon is a reflection
Well,
of
if
the
it's a
earth.
reflection, why would it be just there? You
Well,
know,
and why are there so many craters if it's a reflection?
because it's made of something.
I
It's got to
don't
be
doubt
made,
that.
even if it's
I don't doubt that.
artificial, it's still made. I know. I just,
I don't doubt
look,
it.
you look, I've painted scenery almost all my life. That is my
Hmm.
favorite. I paint scenery. That is what I am a master of. Me and Bob Ross could be like twins. I don't know. No, he's a lot. I love Bob Ross's paintings. That's different. I paint differently than he does. But I have never seen anything flat. Not flat, not man-made is different, but nothing is ever truly flat. Even when you're going to build a house, you have to flatten up the earth.
Hmm.
Not, and it really, so if they actually say that there's a flat earth, then it would have to be, and they believe that God created it this way. That's where I'm like, I can't get over that hump. Why would God put us in a petri dish? Because that's exactly what you're describing it as.
Hmm.
Instead of saying that God created millions of worlds with millions of brothers and sisters like Jesus,
Hmm.
um, he and one of those aliens maybe put us in a
Right.
petri dish. That I
Right.
believe better. Like we're enclosed by something else other than God. But to believe that God has something to do with the creation of a petri dish, no. He made those trees and the dirt and those
Can I
flowers
ponder
and
another
the
question?
ocean.
Can I ponder you another question?
Oh shit.
The moon with all the craters on it.
Artificial.
Okay, so if there's so many craters, where did the craters come from? Okay, why are they all over it, all around it? I mean, everywhere. Okay, if it was, um, um, if they got hit by rocks of space, what do they call meteors? If they were hit by, where are the meteors at? Okay, and why is that? Why does our moon look like that when the moons of some of the other planets don't look like that at all?
There are different size moons and there's different chemicals in the moons. But yeah, our moon
Yeah, but
definitely
why is ours like
it
that?
looks artificial. That's what I
It
keep
does.
saying.
I get you.
It
Yeah, it
absolutely looks like an artificial satellite.
does to me.
Somebody's been watching us.
Mhm.
That's what I will, yeah. And even like the ancient Greek texts say that one day the moon just appeared. Like they saw them building it. It didn't take them long. They don't, I don't believe they say who they surmise was built, probably aliens, right? Who else would they think? But then you have ancient texts and writings and paintings and etchings of aliens in what looks like little comets or something, which would be like an asteroid.
What if they put us here to see how the human actually develops?
Right. It wouldn't be God's work.
The
If we
rest of
are
the
in
the
a
rest of the
petri dish,
universe.
I will
Yeah.
say if we find out the earth is flat and we are in some sort of petri dish, I will acknowledge that God did not do that.
Yeah.
That is how I'm sorry he did not do that. The
Well, we
all
are on the edge of the universe.
To who? To
No,
our
we're
scientists?
on the edge of our universe. That's where we live. There's got to be other life forms farther into our universe, don't you think?
We don't live at the edge of the universe. I don't.
Supposedly we do.
Oh, come on. I can't buy that either. I have such a problem at thinking that we're
Mhm.
so special. We are not.
Don't believe we're
Not
special.
special.
No, I
I
don't.
don't know why people are like, oh, God created us, so we're so special.
Yeah,
Really? I'll tell you something. I would not want to be here. If I had a choice, I don't think I would have said, hey, God, put me down here. For what? To get my heart broken thousands of times? For what? To get bit by a dog? To see my husband through cancer? I mean, why would he want to come down here knowing that he was going to get cancer?
right.
What's
Exactly.
the
Suffer.
fucking, but I don't, I'm not gonna, this is why I'm not atheist, but I'm not gonna say, now, if you're gonna say that the devil has a hold, but fine. But then still, why did we come down here? Why is it such a blessing all the time? What? Tell me what's a blessing? Because you had kids and then they're gonna have to go through the same crap. Maybe one of them gets hurt. Do you see what I'm
Wow.
saying? I really believe there's a point of being down here, at least for most
Mm.
of us. If this was a job, or if I'm like really like some kind of soldier, I would have said, yes, God, I'll be down there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to help because that's my nature. But I don't believe that we were put down here with any sort of mission. What the fuck would be the point? And we probably were, and we're just hidden from the truth so much. It would very much help if we can all communicate to each other in different ways. I can't wait till that happens.
Oh,
Again, I'm
cool.
not I'm not atheist. I'm really not. I am not putting down God or the belief of God. I just have plenty of questions and I don't understand at certain ages that people aren't questioning the same things. Their religion's much older, but yet you're either Christian, atheist, Buddhist, what's the other one? Presbyterian or Jewish, especially in Hollywood. I was looking through some of those Hollywood, that's all they are. Agnostic, atheist, Christian, Catholic, Jewish,
Oh,
or Buddhist. That's it. And then I'm sure there's a few Muslims. I didn't get up to any of that. There was, I think. But what? Why are there so many different religions to begin with?
exactly.
Is that
That
that was God's ultimate plan? And then to fool us about a flat earth? And I just, I have a problem with this whole thing. I
there's
mean,
a
if
lot
you
of problems.
believe in that so much, then I don't, how are you supposed to open up your mind to other things? Not that I would take away from Jesus at all. I think Jesus was
Oh,
a beautiful person, might have been an alien, might have been the son of God. I don't know. I don't care what he taught from what we know of the
that's great.
Bible. What he taught was beautiful. I'm not
Right.
denying that. Is he the son of God? I'm not going to answer that because I don't know. You don't know either. You just think you do. Oh, but I do because I feel him. Yeah. It
Your
could be
faith
something
tells you.
else. It could be Jesus as you know it, but something totally different than what the Bible
Mhm.
says.
The moon is a spaceship, says Susan.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Hey, A to
That's where
Z.
we come from. That's where we come from, my friends.
Maybe it's an essential outpost. The moon, its observatory, the watch that to watch the outcome of the Earth. That's what A to Z says.
I believe that too.
We are atoms, Susan. We
Yeah,
are all yeah, made up of atoms.
we're all the same. We're stardust, basically.
The Black Knight satellite, it's supposed to be ancient as well. Oh,
Yes. Oh wow. You know what? I will go over that. Oh wow. Thank
don't
you. Who was
forget
that?
pagan.
Was that Susan?
No, that was A to Z that said that. And then Susan said, don't forget pagan.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
your
but
name.
I didn't find any.
Yeah.
I went through about 40
Oh,
or 50 names. I didn't find any pagans in Hollywood. I was just looking at Hollywood stuff, but you're right,
yeah.
there are plenty of pagans, Wicca, all that crap. but not the percentage that there are of Christians and Muslims and Catholics.
A to
You know,
Z
we're
says,
going in billions.
what if God is the name of the program of the matrix we're stuck in?
Correct. Because Reb said to me one day, very good. Reb said to me one day, our DNA spells out God. Now, I'm not sure, I don't know where he got that from, but I tend
Huh.
to believe what Reb says. He heard it from somewhere, or it was probably some kind of scientific study.
Reb's a pretty smart guy.
He is. He's pretty, and I should have looked it up where I should ask him where he got it from. He's really busy with the second grandchild and everything
Yes,
lately.
he
But
is. Grandkids are great.
if in our DNA it spells God, well, what happens when you make a toy? Or what happens when a painter finishes, an artist finishes a painting? They sign it. They sign it. It's their brand, their logo, or their name. They put it on there. So if there is God spelt in our DNA somehow, it was a signature. I've told a few people that before I was born, I remember it. I clearly remember it. What I remember is three thrones and Jesus, or what I perceive to be Jesus. Three thrones, three chairs lit up. Doesn't that kind of sound? And this is obviously, I didn't know Star Trek. I was being born, but it sounds like a spaceship. And it was about 7 or 8 years ago, I was told one of the theories is that, like Susan said, and to me, it does look artificial. The moon is a spaceship, and our souls are different. We have souls, and we go there, and they give us
Mhm.
bodies to come here because there's a plan, but we keep forgetting it. That's why I brought up Star Trek: The Next Generation when Data keeps stacking threes so they know how to get out of their paradox. They have to listen to Riker because he has the three pips. We don't realize we're in a paradox. The evil, the cabal, the Satanists, they realized we were in some sort of, they knew, but they kept us as slaves and in the blind.
Yeah.
Now, do I believe that this moon is a spaceship and our souls are put there into bodies and put down to earth to be born? Just as much as I believe in everything else. Um, I mean, I know the plan is real. I know the plan was real. And I know JFK, I feel like he's still alive. And I think I have enough proof myself, even from Trump even from his speeches, some of the things he says, and also lack of what he says.
Yeah.
Why? Why wouldn't Trump tell us that there's a flat earth? Why? Why wouldn't Trump tell us if JFK Jr. was alive? Or why wouldn't Trump tell us that he took everybody from Nancy Pelosi to the Bidens to Hillary to jail to get them out? Because it's not Trump. Trump's not in charge.
He's the face
He's the face. He's commander in chief
and the
because
face.
the military made him
Right.
commander in chief. The military took away his 2016 chances, 2020 chances rather.
How does he talk about the military?
He doesn't. He doesn't even
He
talk about Space
loves
Force
he
recently.
loves the military.
I know.
That's why I'm saying that. Brave soldiers, he always
And yet I find
loves it.
out that Space Force is now in Greenland or is part of, has a base
That's
in
really
Greenland.
wild. Yeah, it's wild. But it actually makes sense. Makes
It
all the sense
does.
in the world.
It's clear, it's beautiful. There's nobody around, plenty of property.
Exactly.
They can do apparently bases under ice. It's very interesting. It's
A to
all very
Z says
interesting.
eternal life is within us. We're all recycled over and over again.
Yes, I do believe that. But I do believe we have a actual astro world. I don't know, or you want to call it heaven? That's fine with me. But we're all there.
Right.
Mostly we're there. Uh, some of our souls Our souls have to be here too because it hurts. You feel, where's your soul, Joe? Ask anybody, where's your soul?
Deep inside.
Right, but right here, everybody says right there in the gut. The stomach is everything,
What
my
I
friends.
feel.
If your stomach isn't good, then your brain's not going to be good, by the way.
That's what I
You are
feel.
what you eat. And I don't
Well, I
even mean
feel pain
food,
right
but your
there. That
stomach, huh?
personal pain
You
is where that's
feel
what I
it. You feel it in
yeah.
your gut. You either have that
My
gut feeling
my
or the
bones.
pain in the gut or that love.
Yep.
It's always,
That
there's a
disconnect.
reason for that.
Yep.
There's a
That's
few
where it's at.
reasons for that. That's kind of where the heart is too. The heart isn't actually over here. It's underneath. It's a
Yeah.
little to the left, but it's underneath.
And really under your breastbone is supposed to be protecting your heart.
Right.
That's why it's so thick right there.
It's underneath there.
Yeah.
It's, would you try? I could feel my own heart. I could take my own pulse. Didn't you do that in high
Right.
school?
Oh yeah. All the time.
I mean,
That's why you put your
you
hand.
can do it from here, but the actual heart, the chambers and everything start underneath.
Yeah.
When the doctor does it, they do it here. I've had doctors do it underneath too. You know, when you're a girl, it's a bit different. I guess, I guess it's a bit different. I wanted to talk about who shot
I shot the
John
sheriff.
Kennedy, who shot JFK. I kind of wanted to get into that because
Mhm.
um I think it was last year, the end of last year, a Cuban, he was like a Cuban um operative after being in the military. He tells it from the beginning to end that he shot JFK. And he was, I didn't finish it because I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it before I actually finished it. But I don't want to go over it right now because it is a big story and maybe I should finish it. But I'm gonna guess that he was the driver because I think many people know that Senior was shot by his driver at this point, not by Oswald, who was CIA. They found that out from a receipt in Japan. RFK knows it. He knows that. Um, and this whole Cuba thing makes sense. Why, Joe? What happened during Kennedy's, what
Well,
happened during
this
Kennedy's administration? Why would Cuba make sense?
because Cuba was that was when the Russians were trying to move in
Cuban
there,
Missile
put a
Crisis,
base
the Bay
there.
of Pigs.
Bay of Pigs, yeah. Mhm.
That's why I'm finding this very interesting. I didn't hear
Yeah,
the whole
they
story.
told them, get out of there. You're not allowed there. That's a little bit too close for you to be, is what we told Russia.
But guess where
You
he
are
learned all
not.
this shit? Or he taught other operatives
Hmm.
here in Florida, amazingly, in the
Hmm.
Everglades. I believe, oh, something Dead Bridge, Dead Ridge. Can't remember the name. You see, I got to go over it. Maybe I will. And unless you guys want to watch it, by all means, his name's James Files, and I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. He hit that was his fake name. That was the name that he used to have a family. This man had a family afterwards, which makes sense to me. We didn't catch the right guy. Come on, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't. None of it makes sense, so why should that? They lied to us the whole time, so why shouldn't that be a lie? They
Exactly.
indoctrinated us with their lies the whole time, so why
Mhm.
wouldn't
Lied
that be?
about everything.
And that's the reason I give the flat earthers a big chance because they lied about everything. That is really why I give the flat earthers the biggest chance. Because otherwise I probably wouldn't think of it much. I don't find it as important as they do. Um, that we're on a flat earth because I just know we're here for a mission. That is my true belief, whether we came from the moon or not. But it's going to be interesting to find out because I always called these bad people mafioso, and that's exactly what this guy is connected to. He was military, this James Files, but he was also connected to Chicago Mafia, Nicoletti, I think his name was. So and I always said Nancy Pelosi, Nancy Reagan. I don't think Jackie O, but some of
They
these
were all
women
part of a
too.
club. You think
Some
they're,
of these women were mafioso. They were mafia born and raised. Yeah.
yeah,
And they did what their daddies told them to do.
yeah,
Yeah. And then, of
yeah,
course, you have like Barbara Bush, that was a man. Chuck Schumer's wife, that's a man. Obama's
yes.
wife, that's a man. Kamala is a man
Hmm.
because that's the kind of kink they were into. Are we done?
Ugh, it's just
Did
nasty.
anybody say anything? Because we'll talk about that later. Maybe you want to watch it too, Joe. We'll watch it together.
Says you have, oh, let's see what he said. So I can get it.
What?
Says you have a wonderful magnetic pulse within the pineal gland. Some people call this the life force, the frequency of 6 and 8 hertz. A brain functions on also as well as human DNA has been found in rocks.
DNA has been found in
Rock.
bugs?
Human DNA has been found in rocks.
In bugs,
In rocks.
in rocks.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what A to
Well,
Z
remember
said.
the
I was like,
gorilla
no.
that, now listen, Dana showed us a gorilla that it was like an arch with the gorilla head. It
Mm,
could be made.
yes,
Anybody can make artwork like that. Um, and human DNA could be in rocks because we are rock. We are particles, dusts. I keep telling you how many elements, how many chemicals. We have a bunch of shit in us.
we
We
do.
are space dust. Uh,
Yep.
Iron, magnesium. I've said this a dozen times. Zinc. So yeah, maybe I was always drawn to geology. Always. And the water, the salts in the water. I think I naturally wanted to be around there. I wonder if that was because I'm open to it. I think you're right about that. As was it as said that?
Mm-hmm. That is.
Um,
Crazy.
but it also could be so you said it and I caught it because I had to rewatch it, but you said Medusa. Maybe Medusa wasn't a myth. Maybe things were turned into stone and
Using
after
that
so
thing.
many millennia crumbled.
Right. Because
Um,
there's a lot of things that a lot of rock formations that actually look like some kind of an animal.
there were dragons because I mean Saint George, if you're a Catholic,
And
or
what
if
if
you
they
believe in the
used
Bible,
Medusa to
Saint
make
George slayed
uh-huh.
dragons.
What if they used that Medusa head to do that, to turn those things to stone?
Maybe
And
there was
where is
some
that
kind of
Medusa
big
head
fight.
if they did?
Well, you could say that it's Medusa's head, or you could say that it was a ray gun that looked like it had a bunch of heads. Do you
Yeah,
understand how
yeah,
myth
I do.
happens, folklore?
Yeah. All kinds of stuff it could have been all kinds of different things.
That's
Yep.
why when you were saying that
I love
they
fantasy.
they were chopping things down with axes. What? How did they build the Suez Canal and build the temples and these even Russia with the how did they do all this shit and just have like axes? No, I can't believe that. I can't. There had to have been different technology, better technology. We had light bulbs, we had energy. If you're a conspiracist and believe that stuff. And I believe and Dana mentioned um the star grids on the floor. What the hell are they called?
But what's
No,
Operation High Jump Admiral Byrd? What is that as?
that's Antarctic. I believe
In
he's talking about the
1948,
Antarctic.
Admiral Byrd discovered Little America, which turned into an Air Force base. He also referenced to where surrounded by an ice wall.
So he's
Down
talking
in
about,
is that the one down in Antarctica?
yes. Yeah, that's where Admiral Byrd went. I have no problem believing that there's an ice wall. I have a problem believing this is a flat Earth. I'm
Right.
I'm I'm 60/50. I've flip-flopped all over the place. I'm probably more. I'm probably like 70/30 at this point.
Because we would like to believe that there's something, somebody else there. We want them to show themselves so we can be right.
But the thing is, if you believe in the Matrix and I believe in the Matrix, then it doesn't even matter if it's a flat Earth or not.
Well,
It's the
there's
way they
that too.
developed the Matrix for us to be, or the way that we wanted it to visualize. It still doesn't mean that the stars are trapped in the layers in the firmament, or that there aren't any other beings out there, or other solar systems or planets, or you know it means that we're trapped, and I don't believe God put us here. That's what it means to me. I would never think of it's not natural to be trapped in a dome. It's not. And nobody is, I don't, and God wouldn't do that. Unless you think that he thinks we're some kind of children, which maybe we are, but come on. Nah, it doesn't sit well with me. I like that term. When it doesn't sit well with me, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think we'll end it here. You done?
Yeah, that's we talked about a lot of stuff. We got a lot out for you guys. It was a good night.
The liberally challenged at gmail.com. If you want to send information as Susan, if you want to send memes, jokes to put up in the community section, that's where you
Greatly
send them.
appreciated.
Yeah, sure, we love them. I got more of Joseph's.
Yes.
I actually, yeah, I have one I'm going to put up of yours, Joseph's, again.
Yeah, she
So,
gets way ahead of me on those things, that's for sure.
did you even open up the Gmail? Did you even sign into it?
I have not.
Yeah, I love you.
My bad. I will not. Don't, yeah.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. It was
Good
fun
night, guys.
talking. We'll talk about that James Files soon again. And the
Yes.
flat Earth and the moon.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And
Interesting,
Mr.
interesting
Sky make
concepts.
a big pizza pie. It's amore.